where I'm living.
Steven, thanks for giving me a chance to talk to you. I know it is a busy time, but I got to say, straight off the bat, congratulations on the new music. More importantly, congratulations. The last time I saw you was in Vancouver for the Juno Awards, and of course, you were being inducted with the other members of the Bare Naked Ladies, man. What was that like for you? Because I got to say straight up, and I've said this many times, that Juno Award itself was probably one of the, if not best, Juno Awards I have ever been to or seen, and a lot of people feel the same way. And of course, you guys were a big part of that.
Well, it was amazing. It was I didn't really know what to expect, but just the idea of being inducted into the Hall of Fame was a huge thrill. It was something I think I hadn't really considered, and the fact that I got to do it with my old bandmates was awesome. I mean, we had no idea what it was going to be like going into that situation together. We hadn't done anything together in 9 years, and it was very fun and easy and a really moving experience.
Yeah, you know what? And a lot of people said the same thing too. It's like you guys never missed a beat. Everybody knew exactly what they were doing. It was literally like old times, and that was the old time feeling. That must have come across to you.
Yeah, absolutely. It was like, we've got a whole bunch of new life experiences that we can, that we've had without each other. We've changed and we've grown as people, and our families have grown. It was really interesting and fun to be able to reintroduce our kids to each other and so on again. But really, at the end of the day, it was those songs and that kind of dynamic that we have between each other will probably always be there.
But the thing was, though, and I follow you on Instagram, so I know I've seen this. You were inundated. Everybody was asking, so does that mean, are you back with the band, or are you guys going to tour? Is there going to be some kind of reunion tour? What were you saying to people about that? And also, were you recording your album when all this was going on?
Yeah, we're certainly not getting back together as a full-time, band. It was never discussed, and I don't think it'll happen. I think we've both spent so much time kind of building our careers in this next chapter. But if there's an opportunity to do something really cool together, I can't imagine that I would say no to it. On a short-term basis. And I had been recording my album right before this. I had been recording for quite some time, and kind of thought my album was done, and then realized in the couple of months before the Junos that I had a bunch of new songs that were either finished or almost finished, and I wanted to add them to the record. So I went over to the Odds studio, the awesome Vancouver band who've been one of my favorites for 25 years, and recorded I think about 4 of the songs on the album with them the day after the Junos. It was kind of the perfect way to end that whole thing.
Wow, yeah, great combination, though. Musically, though, where are you now when it comes to lyrics and even with melody, too? How do you think you've progressed to where you are right now? How have things changed?
I guess things have changed mostly, I don't know, I guess, look at a song like Looking for the Light. It's probably the least cynical song, or the least ironic song I've written in a very long time. It's very hopeful, and that was the challenge for myself, was to try to write a song that was spiritual and positive without being tongue-in-cheek or snarky or too smart for its own good sometimes. and it was an opportunity to write something that was heartfelt and honest. And honest to myself, like something I didn't want to write something that was going to be positive for its own sake and feel weird about singing it, because it had to feel like me at the same time. And so that's definitely part of where I'm at now lyrically. But I don't know. I think as you get older too, your writing refines. You learn where the details that need to be polished are, and where the more conversational elements are as well.
Sometimes it's dark, sometimes you'll swear you're blind, but I believe we will be alright.
and the reason why I'm asking this question is you feel that these days you're a little bit more spiritual. And the reason why I ask that is because the way the world is these days, people are afraid even just to turn their TV set on to see all the crazy things that are going on. A lot of artists I've spoken with, almost all of them at least have that one really positive message song, and it seems to really be out there to say, hey, you know what, yeah, times are really getting crazy, but it's okay.
Yeah, because I mean, it's hard. I guess I am, but I think I've had to force myself to be that way, just to have some peace. You know, I've gone through my own struggles, and I watch people around me going through them, and I realize that that friendship, family, love, and companionship, and music are the things that keep me going, and have given me a greater sense of positivity, and make me look forward to the next day. Getting on stage every night and singing songs, whether they're brand new songs or whether they're 25-year-old songs that people have all these incredible memories to go with, to be able to sing those for people is a privilege for me, and I don't take it for granted. I'm really grateful for that privilege, but I also see what it does for everybody in the room. The other musicians on stage, the people in the audience, and myself. And that's not about me or the fact that I wrote the song. It's the fact that people that they mean something to people, or they remind people of something, and I'm there kind of doing a service, and that's it's a great privilege to be able to be in that position. So I want to be able to give some of that good feeling back to people too.
The other thing that you've done is you've opened up doors. Are you comfortable with the word icon? Because that's what you are right now. You've influenced a lot of people in the last 25, 30 years, man.
It's a weird one, but I'll take it.
You got a tour coming up. Who's the opening act again?
The opening act is Port Cities.
That's it. I had a chance to speak with them actually about 2 weeks ago. They were part of the the Juno Master Class, the Alan Slate Juno Master Class, and they told me about they were opening up for you. Let me tell you something. It was a dark room. It lit up immediately as soon as they started talking about you. They're so excited about this. How did you hook up with them and choosing them to be part of this?
Well, I'd heard some of their music over the last couple of years, and I thought I really, really liked what I heard. And then when we were looking for an opening act, I'd asked my agent to kind of propose some people that they thought would be a nice fit. And one of the acts that they mentioned was Port Cities, and I was like, oh, I know them. Yes, I'll take them. And,
wow!
And that was basically it. So I'm really looking forward to it. I've been enjoying the record a lot.
When is the tour kicking off? Is it already going on now? I'm not sure.
The tour, I'm just heading out on the second leg of my U.S. tour, so we're in the west coast of the U.S.
Right.
All through the next couple of weeks, and then I'm playing the last week in August, I'm playing the last week in January, first week in February on the east coast of Canada with Symphony New Brunswick in St. John, Fredericton, Moncton, and Halifax. And then the full Canadian tour with the Stephen Page Trio, so that's myself, Craig Northey from The Odds on guitar, and Kevin Fox on cello, and that'll be with Port Cities. That starts in May. It's the whole month of May right across Canada.
Man, looking so forward to that. Social media, where do you go, man? Who would have thought 25 years ago we'd be talking about, where do people follow you on social media? I
got so lucky. I'm Stephen Page, StevenPage, one word, at all of your favorite social media outlets.
You are very lucky.
The real Stephen Page or the Stephen Page or anything else.
You are lucky, my friend. Look, it was great seeing you in Vancouver. Great that we had a chance to chat really quickly. More importantly, man, thank you for what you've done for Canadian music, and thanks for still doing what you're doing for Canadian music.
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me on. It's nice to talk to you, Rudy.
Always, my friend. You take care and have fun on that tour.
Okay, thanks. Bye-bye.
Looking for the light.